To be fair, there wasn't any examples in my life of other men like myself being vulnerable with each other. And I will take full ownership on that I was not surrounding myself with those kind of associations. And we have to understand that, our brains aren't wired to be happy, but they are wired to learn. And the two best ways that we all learn is through mentorship and modeling. So we model habits, and then we're mentored by people that maybe already know how to do the thing that we're trying to do. And so they share, they educate, they show us, they walk us through, they help, they coach, teach, instruct, however you want to put it. But that good habits are modeled or behaviors and thoughts and actions. But also it's the role, not just role modeling, but the mentorship piece. That's really that integrity and accountability. And to be fair, when I looked at all the men that I was associating with most frequently at that time, just vulnerability was never role modeled. We just weren't honest with one another. We would put on the happy face all the time. Meanwhile, I would find out later, oh man, you're going through a divorce. I had no idea that you guys were suffering. Just these little things that we never talk about as men getting together with each other. And that was my normal. So, to be fair, and my father never did. He grew up with his mother, my grandma, Grace, never saying I love you to him. That must be so interesting. Same with his father. Now, he knew he was cared for, but that exchange of I love you was never said, never uttered, and he grew up like that. And so my dad was always very stoic, but also very reserved when it came to expressing emotion. So I modeled a lot of that myself. Meanwhile, my mom on the flip side, some people that know her know that she is a heavy emoter, she will share her emotions freely and openly, and to the point at sometimes maybe too much oversharing. So I had this very interesting dichotomy, in the home. And, but I tend to err more on the side of my father and his habits. And that's what I tried to emulate. And, so that was a big thing that prevented me from being vulnerable, just with other people. And because here's the thing about vulnerability, it always takes somebody to go first. Someone's got to go first, because in going first and sharing something vulnerable about ourselves first to somebody is an instant way to build trust. Instantly, right? Now, I know we're going out on a limb. That person could take that information, they could misuse it, they could abuse it, they can literally turn it around and use it against us. Sure, that is a possibility. But on the flip side, what's the other possibilities? Well, the other possibilities are that now you have deeper connection, deeper understanding of one another, better understand who this person is at the core. If you think about any significant relationship in our lives, there is a level of vulnerability that's been present to allow it to get to that depth of relationship. Anybody that's ever asked for a date has been vulnerable. And if you've asked for 2 dates, you've been really vulnerable, right? Because there's even more greater risk. It's like, well, we had 1 date, now I'm getting rejected, not a follow-up date. Like that sense of rejection, that negative association to going out on a limb and expressing something that's very dear and near to us, we have those experiences that are hard. And so it does frame our relationship and our perspective on this idea of opening up. And so I believe that it's a skill, and it's a skill that any one of us can develop, but we have to find a safe place to practice it. But also find a great community of other people that also want to practice it.
Thanks for watching the Radical Health Rebel YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to share with your friends and family, or share via your social media. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications of new video clips from the podcast. And if you want to watch the full episode, completely ad-free, plus premium content, and join the Radical Health Rebel Patreon community, head on over to the Radical Health Rebel Patreon channel at www.patreon.com/Radical Health Rebel. Thanks again for watching.